Alrighty, we are back with more Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I just finished my dinner, so we're gonna start getting back into it. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, let me just get resituated here. Started a bit early. Well, said a bit early, it's 7:22. Almost lost track of a bit of time there. Let's see here, move this mic just to the left a bit. So I can... I don't know. See? I don't know why I'm laughing. Anyway. It still says 1 and 9. Can I don't want to walk out of the room until we have some people here, but... Oh. It's taking the throne, now it's all coming together. The banquet has ended. Let's go maybe, yeah, because the... Okay, so it's a coup, but not a coup. It looks like it's not like a violent coup, it's a plots coup. They're gonna... But, they're using... legal and air and blah 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 blah. They're basically putting the Duke on the throne who's easily manipulated so they can control the government. And then they're probably going to, I don't know, blah blah blah, fight the Aerobonians. Revenge, blah blah blah. Colonel Richard has some kind of sob story that makes him slightly redeemable, but no, he's a Niebuhr bastard. Nah. Those blasted Aerobonians. I mean... Yeah, all of them. All 2 of the ones we've met. Oh, Lisa's Aerobonian? Huh. Well, that's gonna be... does Cold Steel take place in Aerobonia? Or is it someplace else? Because I've been wanting to, like, see the other places. But I'm guessing you don't... At least not in... Aerobonia? Okay, that's cool. Because I'm guessing at least the first 2 Trails games only take place in Liberl, just based on the map. Maybe they expanded more in SC, but if it's, you know, just going off the idea that it was only 2 games. So I wonder what you would do. I mean, there's the towers for SC. First 3 take place in Liberl. SC briefly goes to Le Mans State. Is that across the ocean, or is it somewhere in, like, Calvard or Aerobonia? The middle 2 games take place in Crossbell. Yeah, those are the ones that aren't are not sold in English, right? I'd have to go get them and get a an English patch or something for them. Or is that a different game? Crossbell's between Aerobonia and Calvard. Okay, so I just can't see it. It's up northeast. You had a map somewhere. I'm sure I could pull out a big map for it. I've just been kind of... This is one series that I don't want to get too spoiled over. I'm pretty much actually really glad I basically had no experience in this outside of you throwing tons of references around that I barely got. And I think I caught maybe 1 or 2 streams of teams for something. I do remember the Duke of Donuts. I just forgot who. I just remember the voice. And then I can't remember what else I remember. That's pretty much all I actually remember. And then I played like halfway through the first time through the tower? Or up and no. I think after the first tower thing, I think I stopped enrolling. That was everything else has been blind. And even then, it was such a while ago that I forgot most of it. Woo! Alright. Have notifications gone off? Discordy. Yep, they do. Okay. Let's step outside the door and... Yeah, I knew it. Right into a cutscene. Things have gotten serious. Really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty. First things first, we gotta go talk to the head maid Hilda, like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen. Fine by me. Did we ever find the... Oh, I mean, we came from it. And she's downstairs, I think. Or the room is downstairs. Oh, it's you. Huh? Oh, no. Colonel Richard. Still in Joshua. This is our first opportunity to really speak face to face, I believe. Last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmore was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us. I realize that we exchanged a few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius. How did you find that out? Please understand I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might I persuade you to stay and talk while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now. Huh? Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace? I don't mind being a bit late. Ah yes, if we were going to talk, why don't you use the lounge inside? I'd mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Oh, wow. She hates us. No major spoiler? Okay. Shit. Alright, sound's gonna go out. I need to click on this thing and then minimize it for later. There we go. Sound's back. Because I lose goddamn sound when I click out of this freaking game. I hate games that do that. And I didn't see an option unless I was blind to one that's like, freaking, you know, mute sound when not like main whatever thing. Pardon me then. Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please follow me. Huh? What should we do? I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to the head maid later. Nope, not really. Just, on our way to the head maid, we got pulled over by Colonel Richard. Yeah, Twitch does that. I met Cassius shortly after he graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command, and since that time I have found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. Huh, he did? And what did you think of him at that time? To put it simply, he was a hero, and a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he would find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics, he understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without a peer. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were talking about two different people. So, you were with our father during the 100 Days War? Yes, he was my CO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan to turn the war's tide. And anytime I get talking about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Liberal would now be part of the Aerobonian Empire. No way. That's kind of hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen, so few know of his achievements. Inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up to a prime example of what a hero should be. Never said one word about any of this to me. You know, it's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that. Hey, whose side are you on? Besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all this or something? Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely. Vaguely? You're an accomplice? Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it. I just figured a lot of it out. He told me that he didn't feel like it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about. I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble. Please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt. No, seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard. Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, alright. I apologize for making you so late. Not at all, you both have told me the one thing I wanted most to know, and thus I have no regrets. Huh? What hell's that again? I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then to share this in stories. What did we say that he wanted to know? I think the only thing there was that Cassius didn't tell Estelle about his military days. I think that was only the only pertinent information there. That. Okay. Who was that man? What has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? It's weird to hear him talk about Dad that way. I wasn't expecting him to be just so, well, nice. True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. And I hate to say it, but I think he might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as could be. Don't think that's going to be a little too far. You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe whatever you think is right. Huh? But just make sure you're prepared for anything and don't let your guard down. Let's say, a priest's job is pretty much that, in fact. Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you. What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us. Yeah, she should be in. Yeah! I don't know why I did that. She should be in the maid quarters. Yeah! Would you like an after dinner drink? Make anything you like? You still won't let us fucking... Like, I got a symbol here that says we can fucking eat here. But it's like, hey, would you like anything? It's just like, no! Would you like anything? Shows you the fucking door. Anyway, Ooh. Oh, we're on the second floor. Here? No. Wait, where did I come from the maid's quarters? Can't be here. Was I over here? Nope. Right. That was that way. And that's... Yeah. Wow, I have completely lost where I came from. That one time. I swear I went up the staircase. Wait, wasn't there an army person? Oh, it was upstairs. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. We kind of got caught by Colonel Richard. Did you know? He had something to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though. I see. Ah, yes, that letter of introduction did mention that you were Mr. Cassius' children. I understand at least some of how Colonel Richard feels. Oh, do you know our dad, too? He used to come here when he worked as General Morgan's aide-de-camp. I'm told that he was a school friend of the late prince's, Her Majesty's son. Late prince? Princess Claudia's father. Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he were still alive today, none of this would be happening. Huh? But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once. Come in, Shea. Oh, hey, aren't you Shea, right? Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle Joshua. I've been told of your current predicament. You won't find a more dependable child. She's a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia. That shouldn't pose a problem. Thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and the headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. What do you mean? Estelle's going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. A little playing with the hair, and you'll blend right in. Oh, I get it. Uniforms don't allow for much in the way of personalization. That should be the ideal for sneaking in. Huh. Me in a maid's outfit. I've wanted to try one on since we first met Lila. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms weren't easy to move in, they'd make the cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Well, let's get this sucker on me. Why so excited? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the queen. You don't have me to lean on this time. Why not? You're changing too, aren't you? Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess during the play at the campus festival. Is there really that much of a difference between the fancy dress and a maid outfit? That's different. It was a play. You can't appear before Her Majesty in woman's clothes. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not as shameful or anything. Besides, you made such a gorgeous princess. Not this skin. Cut the... Yes! 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 What did I have for dinner? I had Arby's. I had a beef and cheddar sandwich and some mozzarella sticks. Hey, Shea, help me out here. Say something. Anyone? I see. That shouldn't pose a problem. Shea, don't you have the extra hairpiece design for the princess? Yes, it's been used, though. He has that full dark hair, so it'd probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Well, it looks like a 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use this changing room. Yes! Maid Joshua! Alright, I'll have to change. I can do it myself. Shea, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you? Kids these days. Oh, now another live thing just went off? That's really late. Huh. One of mine went off. Oh, well, that's, I guess, good. Oh my. Ta-da! What do you think? I think it suits her very well. She's such a bright, active mind in training. Maid in training. Never only just come into the castle too. You certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one will be... Really? Perhaps you'd like to work at Guernsey Castle for real when this is all settled? Well, we already work as bracers, so, anyways. Come on, Joshua, get out here. No chance I can talk you out of this. None at all. You're just making this take longer. Fine. You're impossible sometimes. Yes! 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 Yeah! Wow, it's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't it awesome? It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. A bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world. Please, just say you're done. Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the royal keep. You need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. We're finally gonna meet the queen in person. Yes. This is the do or die moment. We just have to stay focused and get to the royal keep. It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit. Well, excuse me. Excuse me, princess! This is your idea. I can't believe you got the nerve to pick on... Sorry, don't get mad. I'll treat you in some ice cream later, okay? I'm not like you. I'm not obsessed with food. Hey, I'm not obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they? We're out of time. Let's go to the royal keep. Hey, we have control of the maid. Head maid. We are now the head maid. We must walk. We're gonna take the long way. No, we're gonna run up the stairs. We're rebels. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Yep. Hilda, what business do you have with Her Majesty at this hour? I'm bringing some tea and spoons at a request. The current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go about her daily life as she wishes, after all. Such harsh words. Who are these maids with you? I don't recognize them. Your Grace ordered me to hire some additional staff to help. They're only just arrived at the castle today. Really now? Hey, you're pretty cute. Thank you. Huh? I get the feeling we've met before. Do you stare so hard at every young lady you see? I do hope you're not thinking any untoward thoughts. I'd rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove. It's not like that. We're to lead the Royal Army, wouldn't do that. All's well then. Now will you please allow us to pass? Pardon us, ladies. Please go ahead. That was intense. Thanks, Hilda. You're a real lifesaver. It was really well done. I'm just glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see Your Majesty? If you prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think I'm okay as is. Boy clothes. Now. Dang it! Damn it, Joshua! Hey! Yep, I'm back, Katie. And welcome back to the love of... Why are you always so self-conscious? What's wrong with that? With what you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is? Yes, it's Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused. Huh, no kidding. But I heard the princess was tending to the queen. I guess that's just gossip then. You'd have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. Her room is on the second floor of the royal keep. I'll take you there. I really think we probably should have kept it on. You'd assume there's more guards in this place, but maybe there's not. Beg your pardon, Your Majesty? I know, right, Rainbow? More Maid Joshua. I beg your pardon, man. I brought the two I spoke of before. This is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. You two go on in. Right. Pardon us. Oh. I bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Oslis. I am the 26th monarch of the nation of Liberl. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild. And I'm Joshua Bright of the same affiliation. It's a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty. Estelle and Joshua, I've truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I regret that I cannot offer you the proper hospitality, but I have prepared some tea. Please, have some and relax. I see. So Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black orbit capable of negating all other orbital energies, and you say that the Colonel has acquired it? The Professor told us that you might have some idea of what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea, but I did not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I am worrying about nothing, but even so... It's funny, Katie. Perhaps I'm worrying about nothing, but even so... Excuse me, but what is this vague idea you have? I suppose there's no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Grand Cell. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. Ooh. Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers? No, far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still functioned. Wow. So it's a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts I know of have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the tower. Every now and again you find one that still functions, like Mayor Dalmore's family heirloom. Something like that is beneath Grancel. So what does that tell us about the gospel? Maybe it could be used to halt the artifact's functions? Could it do that? Yes. However, we were unable to establish the nature of the artifacts, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. But it is beyond my imagination how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record. I see. In any event, it seems likely that trouble is on its way. Honestly, just as oh, so it's much, so it's possibly much worse than invading another country. Oh man, got kind of a headache all of a sudden. That's no good. I mean, the Colonel's might be a slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for, but when someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when us bracers come in. We won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. I expect no less from Cassie's daughter. You're acquainted with her father, Your Majesty? He was a friend of my late son's and a great savior to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests from me. Really? I didn't know that. I imagine there was a great many things about him you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I assume you have not been told. Well, nothing super detailed. Perhaps then that is the role that I am meant to play. Estelle and Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story? Oh, yes, absolutely. It is no indulgence, Your Majesty. 10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Aerobonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that is something I must omit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for their invasion of Liberl. So began the sad times that would become known as the 100 Days War. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Haken Gate. In what seemed like a scant moments, all of Liberl became occupied territory, save for Grancel. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire royal army. The reinforcements from Calvard were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Grancel too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol airships had just been developed and were used to recapture Liberal's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. Your army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one using ships launched from Leisten Fortress. Zeiss, Rouen, Bose, Roland, with their supply lines severed, the Aerobonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. And the one behind this plan for a counteroffensive was none other than one Colonel Cassius Bright. It was your father who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterward, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most in all the world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. That clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. What followed, I am sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. No, I had no idea. And he believed that the military operation that he himself had planned effectively caused her death. Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. All to stay with the only one he had left, you. And this time, he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. That idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. Could even think that. Estelle. Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost was in service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so I am sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I wish to apologize to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologize. You protected the peace of this country ever since the war ended. Peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended Liberl in the war fought so hard to protect. The peace that Mom gave her life so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry. I'm actually fucking tearing up shit. Estelle, you have a kind heart and I'm way too goddamn empathetic. Shit like this can just make me tear up quite easily. Which fucking sucks, cause so that headache, I'm pretty sure, oh man, it's congestion. Oh, those tears are not helping. Oh, I hate it when your body just goes, yeah, you're congested now, and just fucking builds on that. Oh, man. Anyway, Estelle, you have a kind heart, and I am grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now, more than ever, Your Majesty. However, that is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I would like you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What? But, Julie, I mean, Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. I thank you. I am grateful for your willingness to do so. If some tragedy were to befall you in Cassie's absence, I know of no apology that could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home in Roland and wait for your father's return. But if I may, Your Majesty, the peace that Dad restored and that you protect, that was held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. Joshua? If the Colonel is able to use gospel for whatever purpose he intends, and if he succeeds in making the Duke the new king of the Burl, then what will become of that peace? I only ask that you consider that. Your Majesty? Right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Skybin incident, we got that letter and the package, and we've been running around creation ever since. It feels to us like your Dad's been nudging us in the back the whole time. That's why I want to defend peace, so that everyone we've met and everyone we care about can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you, just like Mom and Dad. I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right. I really want to see it through. Estelle. It seems she was right about you. Huh? I too am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty. My liege. We will do whatever you ask. My request is for Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. Aha, so the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes, this coup d'etat started when I backed her as the successor to the throne. In other words, Duke Dunnan was out of the running. Yes, though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. You don't say! In brief, where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. I don't actually know her, but I personally lean towards the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here. No matter the error, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention the memory of the invasion by a large power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It is hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some. Some including Colonel Richard, I presume. Quite right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with the passing of the information to the Duke, is what led to this coup. This was all staged so that Liberal would become a strong military power with the Colonel ruling from the shadows. I see. It finally lets us see the whole picture. So if the Liberal becomes a military's country, what would happen then? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Horrible weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted, and no doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present. Oh no. Indeed, the Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for this country, but never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with all other nations to the benefit of all. I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, it makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic, and so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare oppose the Colonel, But I am the queen, and I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. We will see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. With that reassurance, I will do all I can to oppose the Colonel's demands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with, and I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily in my mind for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it. Hey! Yeah, you gotta put on the outfit to get out. Maid, Joshua. Wow, what a totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a serious strong will. I hope I'm even 1/10 that cool when I get old. Cool, did you actually just call the queen that? Hey, there is nothing wrong with a queen being cool. Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country. Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her. That's definitely outside of Bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can. Right. But you know, I'm still freaking out about what the queen told us about Dad. Wonder if she's got any more tidbits she's willing to share. Estelle and Joshua, have you finished changing? Oh, yeah. Then we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Whoa, it's really that late? The queen spoke with us for a long time. If we stay any longer, it's apt to make the guards suspicious. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda? Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. It's not fair. But please relax, we are patriots to the core. That's good to hear. Now, I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me. By your leave. By the way, ladies, I don't think we ever got your names. May we ask them? I am. Lena. Wait, Shara and Dorothy are two we have. Have you ever met a Lena? Isn't that a lovely name? It's a pleasant ring to it. Thank you very much. What do you miss? Let me call me Karen. Karen, you say? It's a pretty name. You're too kind, sir. Ah! That makes sense. So I'm like, I don't think it'd be wise to name Dorothy seems cursed, and Shara is a very unique name. Don't want to like raise any suspicions. I'm at the front of it myself. How are you now? Oh, right. We're with the Special Ops. My name is... I think that's just about enough. Sense ulterior motive at work. No, I mean, at least not from us. Please be safe on your way home. Huh. Wonder if Karen happens to be someone important. Maybe it's Joshua's actual mother's name. Unless... No, I don't think we've met a Karen. Well, aren't you, Mr. Popularity? It's like their eyes were all changed when you told them your name. Hey, it was not. Didn't see you shying away from joining in the conversation. Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. I feel like I kind of lost all my confidence there. Yeah? What's all the noise about? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Duke Dunnan. Ah, lady of the court. Hey, you maids. You don't look familiar. These are the two new hires whom I'm instructing. This is Lena, and that's Karen. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. Did he recognize us? Not good. Given how many times we've run into him, it's bizarre if he didn't recognize us. Come now, Philip, enough with the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming from you. Stiff upper lip and all. Please pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm terribly sorry for the discourtesy. Oh, it's no bother. Please, don't concern yourself. You know, now that I stop and look, I must say that you both are quite lovely. You with the brown hair, and you have a very healthy, clean look to you. As for you, I personally think you look best with extra raven hair of yours even longer. I'm honored. Yes. Lena, was it? You shall attend to me this evening. Huh? Your Grace? Ew, I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants served. Your Grace, your flirtations, while flattering, are best saved for another time and place. All the maids in the castle were directly in service for Her Majesty Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten? I know. Some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. The castle will be mine in a week's time anyway. We can set aside time for fun things. For fun then, oh no! Your Grace, please, no more of this. I do not mind that you drink to excess, but you know your libido gets in such instances. I say this, knowing full well that I may be reprimanded for it. But I said I was joking. Enough, I'm going to bed. As you wish, Your Grace. Your room is right over there. Jeez. Oh, right, Lena. You just let me know if you have any problems, anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give. Thank you very much. Aren't you cute? Yes, good. I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I am truly sorry. Madam and young missus, I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave. I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Though not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I'll bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about being the popular one? The Duke certainly seems awful fond of you. Brr, please. I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Alright, back to before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? Well, you see, Estelle, allow me to educate you on the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company. Huh? Come closer. Hilda whispers, oh god! You could say she wanted, or so you could just say that the Duke wanted some pork. And not, he'd rather have a meal than some tea. Hilda whispered something into Estelle's ear. Now do you understand? Yes. Hopeless, completely hopeless. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we'd have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only ask that you complete the request she made of you. I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess. Oh, are you one of her royal retainers? Yes, I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her. This girl here, I want to believe she's, like, good, but she's so nervous, I can't help but think that, like, she would blab away to Colonel Richard and co. to, if she was even lightly threatened. She's kind of open. She always treated me more like a friend than a servant. Thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest at ease. Now that we're on the job, we'll save her. Shall we get going? Yeah, I guess we go back up to her room. What might I require you doing at this late an hour? Oh, it's Alethea, isn't it? Ah! Captain Alethea. Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't you think it's a bit late for you kids to be walking around? Please pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. Kitchen. God, all these are not gonna work. Well, we went into the maid quarters. But I don't want to throw them under the bus. This is an impossible choice. No, no. No, no. You know, I don't think any of this matters. Like, I'm guessing it's a dialogue choice change. Because I like... Administrator room. Real guards are maid quarters. Like, whatever. I admire your honesty, so let's not waste some time on games. In fact, we received several reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? Huh? You don't think that questioning something like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel? I'll take that as a compliment. So, what business do you have in the maid quarters? It's just you and her answer honestly. Well, Oh, Estelle Joshua. You've been here the whole time? Zin. Oh, no, that's the stuff. You're drunk. Oops, sorry. And hey, if it ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Nice, some luck we have met up again, eh? I suppose. So, what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble? Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. Really wanted to know their business simply as a security precaution. Yeah, I totally get ya. I just sent them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey Joshua, you kids find anything to eat? No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maids if there was any we could get our hands on something, but no luck. Ah, well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, you just had a great idea. You want to come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady. I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline the Yeah, Zin to the rescue! My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand? Of course. It is late, we should probably just head to bed. Very good then. Now if you excuse us. But that maid will totally crack under pressure. Oh well, might as well just go back to the room. Alright, we'll go with you. Looks like we managed to convince her, at least. Huh? Zin, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop. No way, your face had gone all red. He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? Huh? I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Save your bacon, as the saying goes. You're an evil, evil man, Zin. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you were also surprised the hell out of me. Sorry about that. So what's the story? What story? I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the queen. Whoa, wait, what? Did Alden tell you something about this? Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I? But prior knowledge, there's no way you could have guessed. So how much do you really know? I guess it's finally time to show you this. Okay, before we read that, I have to go use the restroom. I've been drinking so many liquids today. It'll help my throat ease up tensions and reading, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back after almost freaking dying. Freaking got up from my chair and tripped and almost fucking crashed. The fuck, Rainbow? Princess Maid Joshua. You know what? This may sound weird, but fine, as long as you share. Not that I'm freaking... That being said, I'd probably just stare, because there's no way. God. Like I said long ago, I am definitely not into men. Any amalgamation of things could happen. You could turn me into a girl, and I'm either gonna be I'm either a straight man or a gay woman. Oh man, why did that come up? Freaking thanks, Rainbow. That being said, I can appreciate freaking Maid Joshua. This is very pretty. Princess Joshua, I don't know. He's got a very androgynous face, so he pretty much fits. What's this? I know this handwriting. Is it from Cassius? It'll explain a lot. Okay. Dear Zin Vathik, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I'll hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberal, I feel uneasy about being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Could I persuade you to come to Liberal and help out if they need it? As you haven't been Liberal before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There's a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate. It would make a fine camouflage. I realize this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Liberal before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassius Bright. Yes, you may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices at the guild, and if you happen to meet them, then feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to bail them out too much unless it seems like they really need it. So Dad actually asked you to come to Liberal, which means he's in Aerobonia now. That's the long and short of it. The long and short of it, what it means is that you're in cahoots with him all along. That's the kind of nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvard. The letter just gave me the chance to make it square again. I suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset once I saw Cel's techniques with the bow staff. Staff. Guess I shared Tuesday and Wednesday with you. Hey, you. Sounds like Rainbow needs a very stern and good reminder on why she loves me so much. And I will stop right there. I'm not gonna... At least someone's needs to be not, like, the frickin'... Like, I already got Rainbow and Katie in here, and whoever else shows up, I need to be the one who, keeps this frickin', I don't know, ship from tipping over into Lewdland. BattleBots Thursdays. I had a feeling from the outset. Oh yeah, I asked Kilika about it, and she confirmed it. It would be nice if you'd said something about it at all. We've been worried sick, wondering where Dad's been. I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything, but I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, all right. If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking in audience with the Queen, I suppose so. He knows this much. It wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? I agree, he'd probably be the best it'd be best to fill in on everything. It is a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own, after all. And still, and Joshua told how they had managed to speak directly with the Queen, as well as the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Claudia. I see. So, I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with that little request. What, you will? Yep. I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt with Master Cassius. Please let me help. We'd be glad to. Thank you once again. No! Rainbow is mine! No sharing! Rawr! Box breathes fire somehow. I don't know, maybe the box breathes out like very fine slits of paper in a wind blast that causes a bunch of paper cuts. Oh, what is this place? Oh no, are we... I would never imagine that something like this even... They must be below the... Re-epi-re. That's a deep hole. It's larger than expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level. How does this person know? Robots? Huh. Whoa, some kind of mechanical monster. Oh, so there must be... These must be archaisms. Holy shit. You took out that thing in one stroke. You were the quickest to react. You were indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humbled. Well, so, a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time awaits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. Dang it, Katie. My buried men, the way to the ultimate power is open. Bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Liberal. I expect only the best of each of you. By your orders, sir. We of the Special Ops will work as one for the Colonel. For the glory of Liberal. For the glory of Liberal. Dun dun dun. Bum 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 bum. I understand the situation. You've both been performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the professor's message to Her Majesty in person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, we're really going to have to stay focused. If you understood already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, we can consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this compensation for a job well done. To Queen Alicia. 20,000 Mira. And 15 BP. Hey, we finally reached Junior Bracer First Class. Gladiator Belt accessory as a perk. Now then, Zin. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-rank bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, I shouldn't possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you all until the end. I think we could count on you, Zin. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks, ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. So he's the highest rank you can get. Unless there's an S rank, because there's always an S rank. Well, not always, but like... Come on, it's... there's always an S rank. Well, I may be A-rank, but I'm still underling, so to speak. There are 20 A-rankers across the continent. But above that, yep, there's the informal... there's always an S rank. Remember this. If there's a ranking system and a guild, there's always an S rank. Always. That's only granted to bracers who successfully resolve issues on a national scale. There are only 4 of those on the entire continent. Oh, I'm sure you even want to know about what they can do. You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius. What? Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes, I did. He solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear, it's hardly worth even getting upset about anymore. Royal Army Soldier, Hidden Hero, Divine Blade, S-Ring Bracer. Is he really so damn awesome then? It sure would be nice that if he come back and take care of this case. You may be right. If he were with us, perhaps this would never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible. Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. It's as if whoever planned this coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least, it's just the impression I have. Oh. So what you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire. Am I correct? No, I'm sure that would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing he was being used. They'd have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull that off. Well, yeah. What he was up to when he was so close. I don't think the Colonel Richard could have managed to pull the wool over his eyes. More like it was just the 2 major Well, I can think of one person who could do that, probably. And it would lead to some really fucked up story. If there was actually, if the one person, if someone was actually doing that to Cassius. It would literally have to be Estelle's mother, Lena. Like, there's probably no one else who could know Cassius that well to be able to pull the wool over his eyes. Like, what if she's not actually dead? And she's actually a spy or some, I don't know. Like, or some other kind of weird thing going on. Like, I don't know. Maybe some weird orbit magical hickory doohickey thing happened and she's partially someone else. I don't know. Who knows where the story could go, but like, that's my one thought. Unlikely to the max, but I don't know. It was a very interesting thing to talk about. So I couldn't help but think, especially with the sudden recent talk about Estelle's mother being dead. Regardless of the circumstance, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Gansel branch of Bracer Guild is called for. What? All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The 3rd article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act. But we're no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all Bracers and Gransel, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we can come into conflict with the Intelligence Division, we'll need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have cooperation of the other branches, but checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically it amounts to martial law. So the enemy is finally moving at full tilt. This may be to stifle any activity on the part of the Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with resources on hand. Oh, fun, but we're up to it. So, do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held? That's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place is the Royal Villa. That's the building in the forest, right? It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counter-terrorism, few would question it, and I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Leiston Fortress. Considering it's the army we're going to be going against here, it's like more solid confirmation, however. If we assault the wrong place, we'd have to hell to pay for it. Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any bracers currently in the royal city. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with the reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall? Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. I can't fucking read. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So off to the cathedral then. There are 4 other bracers in the city. Kurt, Grant, Karna, and Annalise. Check the bars and the usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright then, off we go. Can we also get ourselves a certain Olivier? Queen's... I can't say the master can't... Nope. Yeah, I'm sure he'll pop up somehow. Well, Venizon's in, and the new recruits. Back from the castle already? Well, yeah, I guess we are. Annalise, could we have a moment of your time? You hear something juicy you're looking to share with me? Well, by juicy if you mean spit your juice all over in shock, then yeah, it's a real juice bomb. Ooh, you have my undivided attention. Should we be talking about this here, or should I be sitting down for it? Huh? Just to make it absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things will get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help. Let's see. Sorry, my head's just a little scrambled about how screwed up this whole situation is. I don't really get all this, but you want everyone to meet at the guild house, right? Right, Ellen will fill you in on the details. Okay then. I'll go see what's up. Okay, good. I thought for a second they were gonna freaking tell her about all that's going on out in the middle of fucking public. I doubt there's more than one in here, but... Okay. It's like... Come on, guys. I don't think I've ever been up here before. Special ice cream. Special ice cream. $25 CP and 1,000 heal. Special ice cream. Oh, it also requires bird. Why are bird eggs like the fucking best item ever? Damn, I wish I knew. I would have like grinded a bunch, like just fought every bird I saw. Well, something for the next playthrough, I guess. What does it do? 1,000 heal and 25 CP, which is really good CP. Things that give you more restore CP are kind of rare. An ice sweet imbued with a mysterious glow. Special indeed. It's glowing ice cream. Which case, how much was it? 700? I know I just bought a whole fucking bunch, but just in case. Like, I bought a whole bunch of that just in case. I get into a sticky situation, I don't want to don't have the time or ability to grind and get health back easily. That's like a lot of CP just to fight a boss. Or a boss battle, I guess. Yikes, that was a lot of fucking CP though I just wasted. Well, I can always make food. I do have a method to make money slowly from buying ingredients here in town. Alright, where... I don't know, maybe check the landing port. Haven't really been here. It's Cloaky Gold ice cream. Ooh. Huh. This place has got a building. little ship platform. Sounds like a trouble's brewing to me. Get into a sticky situation. Eee. Alright. You know, it'd be weird, but can I get inside? No, it's closed. Okay. Oh. Someone's... Alright, I will be right back. I'm getting texted to go feed the dogs, and I'd rather not get interrupted by my dad again to feed the dogs. So I will be back in a few moments. Sorry for all the interruptions, everyone. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Cables. Alright, oh, looks like one of them, yeah? Nope, well. Have I eaten this yet? Hold on a second. Booly. No, I haven't. Somehow the act of eating it fired off long-hidden neurons in the brain, teaching you how to the recipe for Boulibai Bossy. Did they say feed me Seymour? More like I walked downstairs and Yuki went like jumping around, running in circles for food, and Dakota just kind of trotted her way over. And we've been feeding them separate because Dakota has a bit of an eating disorder. She can't stop herself from eating too much and then she throws up. So we've started to really feed them separately. So we give a certain amount of food to Dakota. So that's all she gets to eat for him. And then Yuki, who can self-regulate how much she eats, how much she needs, we just plop down a bowl full. And today, the day that it was empty, so I had to refill it as well. And then we like separate them with a gate. Yuki eats upstairs, Dakota eats downstairs. Oh no, they're fine. And Dakota's much healthier. She hasn't had any she hasn't thrown up really at all recently, and if it has been, just because she drinks too much water. And then she's getting a lot of exercise, and she's much healthier. So all's well. Hey, it's Grant. Oh well, if it isn't the big bad champions. I hear you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back so early. Did you do anything good? Yeah, we did, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Oh, something on your mind? So explain the situation at in the Queen's request to Grant. Holy crap, you're not pulling my leg, are you? We are not. Every word is true. I stake my reputation on it. If the immovable is moved by this, that's all the proof I need. I'll do whatever I can to help. You can count on me. You can count me in on it? Fucking I missed that, whatever. Yep, all's good, Rainbow. Thanks, Rant. We'll be meeting at the guild house to plan our strategies as soon as possible. So if you please, head over there when you can. Understood. Go well, friends. I'll catch up with you there. Yeah, there's some recipes here. Cure albino salves 14. Huh. That's a big one. Just a. Refreshing pie. Here you go, Estelle. And a mixed cocktail. Let's get that Zin. Refreshing pie. Ew, I wonder how much this sells for. Fresh herb, royal leaf, dirty carrot, azalea fruit, ripe apple, maple sugar. I think we can buy all those, and milled flour. One I'm not sure about is dirty carrot. I think we buy all the others. Might sell for a bit, but it's more items, so it might also cost more because of the amount of things being how much you gotta buy. You know, just looking at things you could make and sell. Gummy eyeball. Red pepper, black pepper, dragon beans, fresh herb, azalea fruit, vintage wine. You can buy all those. Gummy eyeball? Prickly seed. Aha. Hi, Karna. Hey, look it is. You got old man Zin with you. What's going on? Well, it's a long story. You sound serious. Explain the situation in the Queens. Why are you guys just talking about it? out in the fucking open. You're not just pulling my leg, are you? I must admit, I did find it a bit odd that all the gates and ports have been shut down. So what do you want with me exactly? Well, we need to get everyone together and formulate a plan. So if you would please meet us at the guild. Gotcha. I'm already there. I need to sell some things. Oh right, I need to put on the gladiator belt and see what it does. Strength up, defense down, auto CP up. Huh. At the moment, assuming we'll still have Zin for the rest of this. Like that attack up is really nice. And the auto CP. Definitely want that on Zin. Because he can do his like really good attack. Whoa, really? Yeah, definitely want that on Zin. Oh, there's something up here? Okay, bills, you know, it's always blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's just not a shop up here, really. You pretty much glue it to Elisa. Well, I don't know what Elisa's like, so. But I'm guessing she has a really good CP ability. Her crafts increase allied health and CP. Ooh, yeah, that is nice. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure you got everything here, yep. Hey, wasn't there a museum somewhere? House for sale, easier conversion to a restaurant. Oh yeah, I really hope there's some way we get to buy this somehow. I don't know, I just really like buying shit. Maybe it's in the second game, or it gets bought by someone. Somewhere in the second game, I don't know. I just like buying things, like buildings and companies, or even buying shares or whatever and getting income, I don't know. Where's the museum, though? Unless it's in this, wasn't there a warded off section? Harbor District? No, it wouldn't be in there. Oh wait, what's, I don't know, maybe it's not in this section. Harbor District is accessible in SC. Ah. Alright, well. Let's see, we're just missing, the leader of that little group, I guess. Anyway, let's go talk to our, oh, is Niall missing? We haven't heard anything in 2 days. Well, he does tend to get completely wrapped up when he's looking for the next big story. But given how close we are to a state of martial law, I don't like that he hasn't contacted us either. Oh, hi guys. Hello, Dorothy. Pardon us. Hey, It's the tournament champions, the editor-in-chief of the Liberal News. Niall and Dorothy have told me quite a bit about the two of you. Son Joshua, the Bracer Guild, right? Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've always enjoyed your magazine. Well, that's always good to hear. Weren't you two doing something for Niall? Oh, wait, yes. That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Niall hasn't showed up here today, or yesterday. No word from him or anything. Huh? Yesterday or today? We spoke with him in the evening 2 days ago. Really? What do you mean, really? You gave us the message to meet with him, for Ideo's sake. We came here to talk to him after the semifinals. Oh, right. Now you mention it. So he did say something to you? Like where he was going? Someone had just called him. I remember what happened. He got a call from someone that he said he had to leave. Are you serious? Yes. We haven't seen or hide or hair of him since. Oh no, I can't believe Niall's dead. What? Who said he was dead? Today's when all the airliner traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday though, so maybe he went out to another province. I inquired with the land's port's passenger registry and there's no sign of him. Yeah, he probably snooped a little too hard and got captured. He's probably in the prison or something. You two were the last ones to see the reporter fellow. Weren't you talking to him about something for a news article? Huh? These are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. What do you think, Chief? I certainly can't argue with that. Particularly in the case of the Intelligence Division, they monitor and censor everything we do. You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is. Which means that you can't get much information for your stories. But it's in a reporter's nature to want to get as much as possible into the hands of the readers. I see. So you went to check out a new subject that the Intelligence Division hasn't started censoring yet. What was that last thing he told us about? I think it was about... an arranged marriage for Princess Claudia? And the Duke mentioned something about it at the dinner party. Oh, Niall told you about that too? Make hell of a story if it's true. He mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost. How did a reporter like Niall even learn about something like that? I thought that something like that would have been known only to the royal family. Well, I did say he's friends with someone who works in the Royal Villa. Completely off the record, but the terrorists are supposedly after the princess. So she... So she's secretly staying in the villa for her own safety. I knew it. Haha, and the veil is lifted. Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa. Which means Niall would probably be there too. You don't say. God dang it, I drank a little bit of water I got in my windpipe. Damn fish lungs. Well, if I know Niall, he's probably tried to worm his way in for an interview with the princess. If the soldiers saw him, they'd arrest him on the spot. No, Niall's a goner. Why do you keep coming back to that? What if he has been arrested? Getting him out isn't going to be easy. Yeah. I'm betting that he and Princess Claudia are pretty much in the same situation. What exactly do you people know? Do you have inside information about what's going on in the city and all of Liberal? Sorry, but we really can't talk about it. Just let Bracer Guild take care of Niall. If he has been arrested, we'll see to it that he's released. Alright. Please do whatever you can. Please, you guys. You gotta bring Niall back. Leave it to us. Alright, now to find what's his name. Let's see here. Was there anyone else? Kurt Grant, Karna, and Annalise, Niall. Oh, right. Lieutenant Schwartz. Wait. That's not the fucking church. Church is one building over. Well, I haven't checked the north area yet, so he's probably up there. Are you looking for Sister Ellen, perchance? I believe the Archbishop should know her whereabouts. You should be in the Sacramental Chamber, to the southeast of this room. Well, if right's north, southeast is this way still. Oh, here we go. Who might you be? We're members of the Bracer Guild, I mean. We were looking for her sister, Ellen. Where are you now? Might I guess that you share complicity with her then? With a nun? Ew, no. He's asking if we know her real identity, Estelle. We're here with information he asked us to find. I'm sorry to say she's no longer at the cathedral. She came to say goodbye to me this morning and left. Where to? I mean, do you know where she might have gone? If only I did. I've been close to the royal family for many years, and she's always regarded me as a friend and confidant, but this time she refused to give me any details. She no doubt wished to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring. I see. I wouldn't worry, though. She had the light of hope in her eyes as she departed, confident that she was not running away to wallow in despair, but for a more noble cause. Well, that's good at least, but the thing is, we kind of need her to stay in touch with the royal guardsmen. Well, begging for rain in desert only gets you sand. We should probably go. And the best we can do is covertly keep an eye out for other royal guardsmen. Not the most efficient plan, but that seems to be all well we got. You seem to be between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Always remember that Aidios helps those who help themselves. Do all that you can, and Aidios will surely take care of the rest. Hard and honest work will always lead you down the right path. Damn it! Rushing off at the wrong moment. You know, I never checked. What the heck is over here? Oh, is it just a building? Okay. Where is this museum, though? What other buildings are here? There's a big one over here. Is this the museum? No. Is the museum in Liberal? Can you find it, Epi? Like, is it actually a place you can visit? History Museum might be in the east. I don't remember. I guess I can check. Let's see here. I don't see what's his face over here. Landing port, that's the arena. There's the two embassies. Is this anything? Second orally powered clock, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's involved in a side quest in SC. Okay. Because south is the Aerobonian one, and this is the Kaldaran? Or this is Aerobonian, the south is Kaldar. Okay, this is the Aerobonian one. The other one is the Calvard. Building near landing port? Yeah, that's, oh, I see what you mean. I missed that. Yeah, there we go. Tetrasilic Tower Outer Wall Segment. Preceptian, this wall segment was cut and carried from a tetrasilic tower, which built shortly after the Great Collapse. They ripped a piece of the tower off. Shit. Or cut out. Depicted on it are the staff-wielding priests and a winged god-like being, typical of a period frescoes. Scholars continue to examine the design for any connection with Aidios. The company just wrapped up. The streets should be a bit quieter. What do you think will happen with the Queen's birthday celebration? It's gonna be canceled, sure, don't you think? I mean, they wouldn't celebrate if the Queen's still sick. They couldn't, could they? A letter from the museum director in Bose. Apparently he's stuck there thanks to the airships being grounded. The world's history is quite long and more than a little sordid. Roots go back to more than 1,000 years, as I understand it. Liberal's only been liberal as long as the royal family's been around. So, are you telling me that the royal family is that old? They are, and I for one would love to tour inside of that castle, see what ghosts I could dig up. You two got to see the inside of it yesterday, did you not? Tell me, what was it like? Well, it felt pretty old and historic, I guess. We're definitely a lot to see in there, but we weren't really given much of a chance to see it. I'm afraid there's nothing we can really tell you you wouldn't already know. I see. That's too bad. I suppose I'll have to wait until the castle's reopened to the public. Our poor historian buddy. It's kind of annoying. What's this supposed to be at? A floor tile. Wait. A piece of tile floor from inside a ruined building. Broken stone. Imagine going to a museum and what they have. One of the things they have on display is a floor tile, and its description was a floor tile from a ruined building. It does show interesting pictures, though. I mean, like that could honestly be something real, but it's just that'd be a bit more descriptive of it. You'd think. I guess maybe they just don't have much for this museum. Found at the bottom of Lake Valeria, adorned with reliefs similar to those found on the walls of the Tetrasite Towers. Wait, bottom of Lake Valeria? Valeria? Huh. Oh my god. Please, well, don't tell me actually, but I wonder if one of the in one of the later games the lake's going to get drained. That would be crazy. Ancient lantern. Knight's equipment. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Okay. Oh, just describing some history. Okay. Pictures of some airships. It's a book! It's a book! Ow, my freaking throat. Church testaments. It's a box. Ritual items. It's a sewing machine or a weaver. One or the other. I think that might be a weaver. Medieval loom. Yeah, it's a weaver. It's a loom. Helps spin thread and shit. No. Alright. That's pretty cool. Might have actually read more if my throat wasn't dying. Alright, we did not find who's a what's it. Shit. Not here. Where have we not been? Or maybe he's in the streets and we're not paying him enough attention. Let's see. Arms and guards. Did we check the Orbital Factory? Yeah, we did. We never went to the Fisherman's Guild, huh? Moving friends to the Fisherman's Guild? Wow, there's a guild for you guys. Indeed there is. There be giant fish in the waters around these parts. We call them guardians, as they wriggle and dive through all the waters of the world. Job day, our secret duty to find these elusive pristine giants and best them in a battle of lures, reels, and wits. LRW for short. So you guys like fishing then? For me, fishing's alright, I guess. You seem very dedicated to your hobby. We fulfill our existence by traveling the width and breadth of Liberal and snatching marine life from every corner of it. We've spread the joy of fishing, hold introductory seminars, and sell our handmade gear. We've begun lobbying the Queen to create a fund to help protect our fishing locations. Wow, you guys are really into this, like scary into it. A huge society for fishermen, you guys are actually pretty impressive. Kurt's in the hotel. Okay, so he was somewhere in there. I thought he just might be in the lobby. Would you like to join us? There's a small examination, but otherwise it's just a matter of adding your names to a roster in permanent ink. Thanks, and it really does sound fun, but we've kind of got things to do right now, just things. Shame, you have the eyes of a master anglers. Yes, you could say I can see it in the angles of your retinas. If you have a change of heart, please come back anytime. We're always ready and eager for new recruits. How about now? No longer do night fishing, but more dyers are unable to travel, cutting us off from all but most local fishing holes. This is truly a dark time for our beloved guild. Frosted lava. It's a map of fishing. 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 All right. Until get hurt. Is up and about, or is he in a room somewhere? It's probably in a room somewhere. Oh, he's in the first room I check. Remember that time a little better. It's like there's a thick fog, like the whole thing. Oh, hi Kurt. It's good to see you're here. Hi Estelle, hi Joshua. Oh, Zin's with you too. Didn't know you were going to that dinner party at the castle. Wait, did you know that we were going to the dinner party at the castle yesterday? That was where these two rookies took on a pretty major assignment. What major assignment? It's best if we tell you more or less the whole story. Joshua explained everything. You serious? Of course we are. That's why we really need your help. No, that's not it. I admit, I'm shocked at Her Majesty's request of you. But the black ore in that kernel it's real. Kurt? What's wrong? You look awfully pale. Oh. He's the one who got he must. I wonder if he's the one who delivered it. The whatchamacallit to us, and he got brainwashed, memory erased by the television division. What in the world? Step away from him. Huh? Huh? Shade. Lift. What was that? You didn't even touch him, and he acted like he got electrocuted. It's a special spirit channeling breathing technique. It allows the user to directly affect the target's body without direct physical contact. I don't really like to be so rough, but this isn't exactly time isn't exactly on our side. How are you feeling? Oh wow, actually a lot better. I can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it's coming back. I'm a little unsteady from the shock, but I think it'll be alright. So what do you remember? Didn't I say before there was an accident around 3 months ago? You lost your memories while you were working, right? Yeah, someone asked me to check up on those men in the black outfits. And then I took something suspicious from them. It was the Black Orbit. So the person who gave you the assignment, yes, it was your father, Cassius. I wasted no time in packaging it and sending it to him. But that's really as far back as I can remember. So the K on the package was you? Yes. I think I also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell analyze it. I get it, the package was delivered to you two. Do you remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent out that package? Yes, after I left the port, someone called out to me. And then... It's no good, it's all one big blur. Probably best off not pressing your luck. It's likely to just cause strain that you can't handle yet. Yes, alright. I'm really just amazed that I was able to remember anything at all. Which brings us to a bigger question. Who would have done this? Maybe those special ops guys? It's possible. They did use that nasty poison on a gate after all. It's as if they're manufacturing and testing new drugs. Maybe they've made something to cause memory loss? There's a cheerful thought. Plus, there's the Sky Bandits, Bose and Mayor Dalmar to consider. We have to be really careful. I'm sorry, I don't have anything really useful to tell you. No, Her Majesty asked you to do it. I want to help if you let me. But are you sure you'll be okay? Sure. My memory may be like a C, but physically I'm fine. I owe you for your help, so please allow me to make it up to you. You're feeling up to it? Sure. We need to work out a strategy for now. We'll meet back at the guild. Alright, you have my thanks. Dun 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 dun. Wow, it's already 9. Huh. Wonder how much I should go for this. Definitely not to 12, though. I would like to maybe would like to actually spend some time with Rainbow today. Yeah, I got that from Team going, can you beat the game today? Think, and then he's like, oh no, and he started like basically like vaguely saying there's a big ass section ahead. So I'm just wondering how far I should push my luck, because I don't like getting stuck in the middle of a section. But I'm pretty sure we'll be safely able to at least get in and do the herb place. The Royal Villa. Fine. What report? Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, just talk. The other braces are already assembled. Have you heard from the Royal Guardsman or the reporter? Sorry, sir, no contact. But we believe we gathered the intelligence we need. Just explained everything we learned from the Cathedral and Liberal News HQ. I see. We conclude that with fair certainty that Princess Claudia is inside the villa. It's unfortunate that you were unable to make contact with the Royal Guardsmen, but at least we know they haven't been captured. Shall we get started then? Yes. We need to start working on the details of the rescue operation. Are we all up to date on the pertinent details of Intelligence Division's planned coup d'etat then? Given this information, we should consider ourselves under contractual obligation to Queen Alicia. I can barely believe what I'm hearing. I'm ashamed of myself for not noticing something was amiss sooner. I was suspicious of those ops troops from the very beginning, but I really trusted Colonel Richard. He was behind the Skybands and Mayor Dalmor. We got completely snowed. We can't let them get away with it, that's for sure. Can you all be counted on to cooperate in this assignment? Damn straight. Just lead the way. I hope those guys I hope those guys some black eyes. Rhyme unintended. Count me in for sure. This is gonna be good. We got strong eyes will prevail with no doubt. Now let me explain the details of the mission. We have to move fast as there are lives at stake here. It's not the most elegant approach, but I believe taking control of the villa through a frontal assault is our best option. We don't have time to try and find some route to infiltrate, so I guess that's the only option we got. How will we be divided? We'll split up in two groups, a decoy team and a rescue team. The decoy team will draw the attention of the main forces, while the rescue team will make its way to the villa. Remember though, we're dealing with the Intelligence Division Special Ops here. If I may, I'd like to suggest we also add an ambush team to aid the decoy team, and a second decoy team to assist the rescue team. Man, we're really teaming up with teams here, but what? There's only so many people here, you frickin' Zin. The ambush team would lie in wait until the decoy team draws out the enemy forces, and then both teams could attack at once. Meanwhile, the second decoy team would attempt to break the enemy ranks, allowing the rescue team to enter Villa more easily. Yes, I guess that's a good point, even the odds a little bit. But do we have enough members to spread among 4 squads? No, we don't. We've contacted the other guild branches, but with Airship Grounded, we're pretty much on our own. Oh crap. We only had Sharon a gate. I agree with Zin that trying to carry out this operation with only 2 squads is risky. We may need to re-examine the strategy. If numbers is all you lack, maybe we can be of assistance. Hey, she actually got here. Isn't it Schwartz? Well, no, if it isn't sister military. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm Royal Guardsman Sub-Commander Lieutenant Julia Schwartz. The Royal Guardsmen are here at the disposal for this operation. Understood. Your participation will be most invaluable. I count 9 soldiers in your squad, including yourself. My remaining troops are incognito, stationed all throughout the city. I can assemble them within the hour. That's great, but Lieutenant Schwartz, how do you know we were going to try and save the hostages? We tried to find you at the cathedral and tell you, but you had already disappeared. Did you? My apologies. All I knew is that you had accepted the Queen's mission. I found out last night. Last night? We'd only just met the Queen last night ourselves. Yes, I'm aware of that. We have sources for military intelligence of this sort. All that matters now is that Her Highness gave us the order to assist, and we are happy to do it. Sources? I want sources. Can I share some of yours? I don't. Let's leave it at no, Estelle. More importantly, the guardsman assistants will give us extra forces we need to fill the ambushes. I like how she was like struggling to find a way to say no. It was almost like she. It was very weird. This was like, and it wasn't like apologies, but I can't. It was like like kind of like she wanted to but couldn't. It was weird. That being said, Estelle did give it in such a innocent ask for those sources in such an innocent way. Indeed, with additional manpower, I believe our chances of success have increased exponentially. And with the extra manpower secured, we should start deciding on the teams immediately. Roger that. So, before I read that, I'm wondering, at what point is Olivier going to crash this party? Look, come on, there's no way Olivier doesn't just find a way to escape and get his fucking meddling hands into this. Whether in here or on the way over or something. Need 2 decoy teams, right? I believe 5 of my troops should be sufficient for one of them. Yeah, I'd say those Royal Guard uniforms should definitely catch their attention. My thoughts exactly. We'll target the Intelligence Division's aerial squadron, stationed just on the outskirts of the Herb Scenic Route. Wait a sec, aerial squadron? You don't mean... Raid she does, it's on the Scenic Route's outskirts. Now that you mention it, there is a stretch of land out there that's been completely blockaded. According to my intelligence, there is only a skeleton crew of guards stationed there. If we attack, they will have no alternative but to call the villa for reinforcements. Oh, I get it. That's some good decoying right there. And then when the reinforcements show up, the ambush team pops in and takes them all out, right? We should form an ambush team then. And all those years of hunting down monsters in the bush paid off one day. And we got a gunner, two. We'll be able to handle this no problem. Alright, 2 teams locked down. Now for rescue and decoy 2. I think the second decoy team should also be comprised of my Royal Guardsmen. The Special Ops will definitely drop their guards more readily to apprehend them. So that leaves us for the rescue team. All the other teams will be acting to provide cover for us. Ours will be the most important assignment of the field by far. This is no game. You're playing an actual role and crucial turning point of our history. Make sure you're up to the task. Jeez, no pressure. There's no to worry. We will persevere. History favors the just. Besides, you are the Grand Soul Martial Arts Competition champions, and we'll be the ones keeping the majority of the enemy force busy. Hopefully, all you'll need to worry about are the hostages. Julia, Ellen, Zenai. We, Estelle. The word you're looking for is we. We can do this, and we will. You're right. You are so right. We're gonna kick some special ops special asses. That's a spirit. And that's the plan. The operation will begin at nightfall. We'll use the dark for cover. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. So if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now or forever hold your peace. And it's getting pretty real. I'll show Her Highness is made aware of the plan. Alright, everyone, tonight. Here, got it. Alright. Well, I guess before we get this plan down, I will go refill my water cup and such. So, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Switch my chair up. This is a good spot to save. Let's come back here when we're ready. I don't see any reason not to start now. Guess we just talk to... like, walk out just in case. Nothing. Okay. 32, 32. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't see a reason. Alright, good, you're here. Once the operation begins, you won't have the opportunity to return to the city. So if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now or forever hold your peace. We're ready. Understood. Let's review the operation. So, we're going to meet back here. Well, this is the Amberal Monument rest area, so this should be the place. The only real issue is whether or not Lieutenant Schwartz and her men can get here undetected. No need to worry about that. Oh, when did you get here? Actually, now that I think about it, it's entirely possible we won't be getting Olivier. Just because, when we break in and get Chloe would be our 4th member. Just thinking about party choices and whatnot. Since the game's still given, like, forced party selection. Which, you know, I'd rather have Chloe than Olivier, so all's good. Staying hidden in Grand Cell. We've quite a few sympathizers among the citizens. We finish our preparations. We can begin whenever you're ready. Alright. We're waiting on your order, Estelle. Huh? My order? You're the one who originally received Her Majesty's request, so we're waiting on your command before we begin. But I'm just a rookie. That really doesn't matter. I don't think you'll have a problem. Just do it without shouting, okay? We'll be here to help. We have no obligation, no objections. I have a little faith in yourself. Don't worry about the trivial details. Just deal with the things as they come. Alright. Okay then, here goes. Everyone, let's get those hostages rescued. Without yelling! Dang it, Estelle! I am so freaking hungry. Isn't it time to change shifts yet? Come on, stay focused. He was telling when the Royal Guardsmen might finally show themselves. There weren't more than 10 escapees. If the Colonel really put his mind to it, we could hunt the lot down in no time. I think it's easy to get, then go right ahead and try. What? Lieutenant Schwartz? Listen up, we have word from the ID ship. We apparently have a lock on the Royal Guardsmen. We get there quickly, this will be our chance to wipe him out. Roger. That settles that. Idiots. The airship's locked down, you'll never be able to use it. You just done as the Colonel said, we would have spared your lives. But now you're going to die, and you only got your own stubbornness to blame. Take this. Bracers? You can't be serious. You're not actually going to try and stand up against the Royal Army. Sorry to disappoint you, but you've already been marked as criminals. By order of the Queen, you will let us pass. The ambush party is on the move. We'll go ahead and lure the remaining forces to the front gate gardens. You can break into the villa while they're distracted. Sounds good. Adios be with you all. With all of you. I can read. Well, this is some. I really like this music though. Like it reminds me a lot of a certain song in Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Like this bit here is very similar. Jump! Eh. Uh-oh. Alright, looks like they went for it. That was a chance to sneak in. Okay, roger that. This is the Aerobonia Villa. It's gorgeous. Certainly gives the castle a run for its mirror. Well, it is the royal family residence. Oops, looks like their welcome committee's here. Who are you people? You don't need to know our names. Words will serve no purpose here. Let's go. You're under arrest. Oh, thank God. Ow. Ow. Well, at least it's not AP delay. Alright, I need to move that cup. It's in the way of the screen. There we go. What's their health? 16, 20. Your next attack's back at there. Shoot. Okay, yeah, knock him back in. Bow, 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 bow. Someone get their CP up. Cool. Good, criticals, good. Finish you off. There we go. Okay. Ooh, they have a lot of XP, cool. Should be getting at least a level up soon then. For Joshua and Estelle. Now where's the princess being held? This place is huge. We'll just have to search room by room. If you just hang around here, you can bet we're going to have more company in soon. Let's move on. Alright, their health isn't low enough to... Well, I guess I could do a tier. 200. Just a bit. Actually, I guess they had more health. I thought. Take it away anyways. Alright, we'll try a left. What? Who are you people? Halt, don't move a muscle. Don't move a muscle. Alright, art. Where will White get Hannah lead? And okay. So you would be there, so they're all going to move. Let's put it there, then. Oh, they're gonna get out of range to get pushed back. In which case, Craft, Hurricane. If I know how this works, they should get pushed back in the direction from where she is. Oh no, they get spread out. Well, okay, still got to push some of them back in. Ooh, they resist it though. I just realized this. Okay. Oh wait, you do a... Alright. Oh, they resist feint. Okay. 543. How much do you punch for? Okay, you punch heavy. And you miss. I need to figure out their. We're on 468 for you. It was like 800 or something for 10 up. Okay. Not fun, attacked out of nowhere. So there's still quite a few soldiers in the castle. They'll be patrolling the corridor in the central courtyard periodically. Our only option will be to silence anyone who sees us. Alright. Nope. Not there. Nope. Bum 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 ba-da-dee. Oh yeah, our health is caught up to him now, huh?
Hey, over here, Gilla.
Alright,
Come on.
I really shouldn't be using hers, but okay. Art. There we go. Oh yeah, you know what? I haven't been paying attention to something. Shit. I need to pay more attention, check out their details. Okay, yeah, they're 100 across the board. Wait. You do roughly 579, okay. And you miss. Thank you, Estelle. Hits him in his weak spot, cancels art and crafts. Oh, he just got a straight up impede thing here, okay. I need hers to get her CP up. Ooh, that's about an 800. Oh. Okay, we knocked it straight out, sweet. Oh, right, we have strength though.
That's that then. Let's
Jerp.
move out.
Alright, now I definitely need to... Who are you people? Crap, we totally picked the wrong room. What are you doing here? Aren't you seen before? Good evening, we're the Bracer Guild. Don't need to get up, just enjoy yourselves and rest well. Preemptive strike. It's just, yeah, cool. Actually, this is gonna be the perfect moment to do a distend. Hello, actually... Cool. Punch his fucking face in. Well, that did less than a base. What the fuck? Or no, it was 800 with a plus 10, so actually, never mind. Or 10%, whatever the times 10 thing. 0.10? 10% boost? I can't even remember what it does. Or maybe it just adds 10 to your attack stat. I can't remember. I guess I can check it when we're done here. Oh god, they have healing abilities. Yeah. And it missed the one person who wanted to hit most of all with that. Knock you straight out. And you goddamn missed. Thank you. Every fucking time.
Right, we're good to go.
Phew. Well, that's taken care of. They're too drunk to really know what's going on. It's like some kind of bar, same as the one in the castle. Please don't kill me. I'm not with them. You know that. You work at the villa, right? We come to help at the request of Her Majesty the Queen. What? Really? You're honestly here to save us? Yes. So would you calm down already? Phew, yes, be praised. I thought I was done for when my reporter friend was taken away. I hope he's alright. Reporter friend? You mean Niall? You know him? So explain that Niall had gone missing and was still unaccounted for. I see, yes. I'm the one who contacted him. He came to get an interview with the princess who was being guarded here. His passion for his work is hard to argue with, so I wound up sneaking him in and showing him the way. But he was spotted and taken prisoner. Yeah, much to my shame, it was only then that I realized the severity of the situation. I heard that Her Highness was being kept here to protect her from any potential terrorist assault. The truth is that she's been held prisoner by the Intelligence Division. I was so glad that she was coming that it simply had never occurred to me. I am truly unfit for my position. Come on, no need to be so depressed. Would you happen to have any idea where the prisoners are being held? Yes, they've all been gathered in this crest room, which is the innermost chamber. It's a large banquet hall used for events like formal signing of treaties. Got it. Alright, let's go check it out. Hey, we can use them to rest. Fantastic. I want to make sure she gets more CP. Straight punching. Oh, but they're gonna get the AT delay and shit going on. Art. Yeah, that's about as good as actually. Punch that one. Ooh. A critical. Perfect.
Cool. Savor the victory. We own it.
Now I wonder if I rest, will they show back up? Yeah. Maybe it's coming out of every door, but like, huh. It's random? Okay.
Hey, over here.
jackass. 9, 5, 8, 7. Okay. Dual strike you. And because I want to. I want my 7.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Alright. We came out of that a bit better. Crest room, I'm guessing, is the one at the top right. But oh my god. Am I gonna get ambushed every time because of randomness? Well, I guess it's fine.
Hey, more here.
Ooh. Yeah, you walked out, pushed us out. Shit. Alright, 5, 9, 16. Let's try for that one. And you missed. Thank you, Joshua. You're always helpful. Alright.
They messed with the wrong guy.
Oh, they all got a level up, huh? I didn't realize. I wasn't paying attention to Zins. That's nice. Now I don't need to heal. They have their own personal museum. Cot? Not cot. Okay, cool. It's like, come on, there's gotta be something else in one of these, right? Maybe there's not. Okay. Okay, that wasn't anything. Cool. Alright, well, I guess that was a perfect in time. Just double save here. It's locked. Oh no. Seems pretty solid, and the locking mechanism is quite secure. We definitely won't be able to go in without a key. Maybe we should talk to the young Chamberlain. Stellan explained that the door was locked. Ah, so it was locked then. He is normally in the possession of the Intelligence Division Company Commander. I believe he left when the terrorists showed up. Huh? Which means that it was taken by the ones who ambushed Lieutenant Schwartz and her men. Not good, there's no time to go back. Just a moment. There's a spare key to that door. It's here somewhere. Memory serves, I believe it's hidden somewhere in the gallery. Roger that, gallery. Let's hurry. Okay, I think I know which door that is. This room every fucking time. Alright. No.
Hey, more here.
See, Dual strike, 5, 5, 8. You are Howard Dizzy, so we'll go for you. Okay, we can take a 9. Oh, are you kidding me? This dude has like no health. He's got 3 health. Oh, I did. Well, the game fast went through. Dang it.
That's that then. Let's move out.
I could grind off them, but I don't know. Just keep coming in and out of this door. Decent XP. Here? Nope. Final dungeon has a lot to fight. You'll okay. Wait, so was it this one? Oh, I guess it was. Imperial vase here. Appears to be nothing special about it. There's catalogs on the shelf. There appears nothing special. Eastern style vase here. Appears to be nothing special. Red plate here. Appears to be nothing special. Large spread vase here. Someone can be found something attached to the underside. A spare key. This is it. I found it. We should be able to open the inner door. Oh wait, I zoomed way too fast past. It was right next door. Here. Who are you? Why do you look so familiar? Hey, you guys won the martial arts competition. That means you're with the Bracer Guild. You're right. I don't suppose you could persuade you to just forget you saw us? Shut it. We're defenders of an impregnable fortress. You won't pass us, you have to get through us. Impregnable fortress. Oh, you guys have a... Wonder if we can get a confuse off. Dang. Oh man, they hit hard. Okay. Oh no, okay. Yeah, okay. No, 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 no. Taunt.
Hey, over here.
They resist. Shit. You resist. Just rush in. Oh my god. Dual strike. Wait, no. Can I get Evil Eye off? Because I don't want them to both attacking at once. Good. Art. Okay, not good. You are using an item.
We're good to go.
Need to be safe. Okay. Hey, Violet. Yes. It's a Zai. Can you fucking stop? Jesus Christ. No, they didn't kill him. Shit. Miss, good. Oh, you gotta step with it. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Craft, flicker. Punch him. Just hit him a bunch. Art. No, craft, flicker just in case. There we go.
All right, we're good to go.
Good, good. Are there children here? What? You... We're here to save your bacon. Hello, Nyla. You don't look too bad of shape. Are you serious? Estelle, Joshua. Never thought I'd see you here. Huh? You're the princess? It's a pleasure to meet you. You're the bracer. I think you're a little late for introductions. So we begin as promised. Chloe? Estelle, as soon as you you're joking, you ought to have recognized me sooner. But you're not with the dress. But not with the dress and the hair and the things and what happened. Pardon us, Chloe. Estelle doesn't know how to doubt people. Hey, what the hell's that supposed to mean? There's Estelle that I know. And Joshua, you'll still use that name for me? Yes, since it seems to be the one you'd prefer. Would you rather I use your real name? No, but thank you. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so what are you doing here, Chloe? For that matter, why isn't the princess here? She's right in front of you. That's the queen's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. And she's gonna scream, yeah? I'm not, okay. I am sorry that I couldn't tell you. I had planned to tell you both the truth when we next met in Grancel. But then Colonel Richard had me detained. But why? Why would the princess be hiding out in ordinary school? Why did you have us call you Chloe? I'd like for you to keep me. Ah, God, I can't read. I'd like for you to keep calling me that. Real name is Claudia von Oslis. Chloe is a pet name that Jill came up with, using bits from my whole name. Really? Well, how about your hair? Oh, this is just a wig. If I had the same hairdo as when I was on campus, it would probably just create trouble. Can't believe I missed the connection myself. I've seen your picture often enough, and I remember you from the mayoral scandal in Rouen, but I never put the two together. Sorry. Doesn't seem that Uncle Dunan or Mayor Dalmore recognized me either. Oh yeah, the Duke's even related to you. Oh, I forgot something important. So explain the whole story. I can't read. Estelle explained the whole story, including how they had come to rescue Chloe at the Queen's behest. Is that right, Violet? I see. To all three of you, I accept my deepest gratitude for coming to rescue me. Was nothing. Heck, if we'd known it was our Chloe in here, no one would have had to ask us. Estelle. No about. You should have saved your thanks for Her Majesty, as she's the one who deserves them. She had no concern for herself, just that we should save you. I think your safety will give her the strength to resist the Colonel's demands, though doing so may endanger her life. Yes, that is her way. Bump my frickin' desk. If something is not done, then she is in grave danger. I think I've seen enough of this little farce. Fucking Princess Brienne. What the? She's General Morgan's granddaughter. He's imprisoned at the Haken Gate. If say they're taking her to keep him from causing any trouble. Just as they did with you and Her Majesty. This isn't just some idle threat. Every man in Special Ops has a dream, and we will stop at nothing to it. And there's something you're proud of? I'll make you a deal, Sergeant. Please take me as your hostage rather than the child. Not a chance. No, I said we'll stop at nothing, but even we don't have this nerve to harm a member of the royal family. General Morgan's grandkid, on the other hand, suits our needs just fine. She's a valid hostage, and it's not going to cause any real problems if she was to end up getting hurt. You're a monster. I was a coward myself. Pathetic, disgusting, sick. Pick an adjective. Oh, you can talk all you want. It's time for patrols to return for the Royal Avenue. Then we can round up the guardsmen and the bracers. Not bad for one night's work. Oh, I'm afraid that won't be happening. Yeah, they beat him up. Already took your buddies out on the way over here. Ah, Shara! What? Wait. There, it's alright. It's Shara! You too, long time no see. Shara? You came. Damn it, who the hell do you think you are? Besides, some people just have no manners. Oof. Think of it as my special gift. Was that a Olivier shot? That's just cruel. Who the hell fired the shot? Olivier, I'd guess. Bingo! Yep, it was Olivier. Okay, shoot. I actually have to use the restroom. God dang it. I have such a high metabolism, and I'm drinking so much goddamn water because I'm talking in my freaking destroyed throat. I wouldn't expect if I have no voice tomorrow, but this is too much goddamn fun. I'll be right back. I'm alright, I'm back. Jeez. Man. Well, if nothing else, my body will be clear of impurities from all the water I'm drinking. Yeah, like, holy crap. It's like, it was, like, almost 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I have a yeast infection in my throat, so shit, that hurts, and drinking water helps. Talking a lot. So, all three of these freaking combined cause me to drink tons of goddamn water. Like, Jesus. Luckily my metabolism can keep up, otherwise I'd probably kill myself from too much water. Mingo. And the star makes his dramatic entrance. Please hold your applause until after the performance has ended. Aha! And the drama turns into a comedy. Nice seeing you again, Scheherazade. It's been a long time. Indeed it has. I never thought I'd find you in Liberl. But I was honestly quite relieved when I heard you'd fallen in with Estelle and Joshua. Well I think you're overestimating my capabilities like usual. As for you, you've only become more beautiful. I barely even recognized you. Oh, really? Am I suddenly brimming over something akin to jealousy? Am I merely a toy to be used when convenient and cast aside when bored sets in? Yes, Olivier. Hey, Olivier, Ina's been wanting to see you. She's hoping to go out for her drinks again. Forgive me, I've committed a grave offense. I swear, none of you ever change. I'm glad to see you, Shara, but I thought that the Royal Army had checkpoints completely sealed off. They were sealed off until probably Shara bust straight through them. Yes, oh no, he crossed the lake. Okay, dang it. I really hoped it was just like, nah, I just bust right through it. And docked at the Gransel Harbor. That's one way around a problem. How did you wind up falling in with a failed traveling musician? We ran into each other at the local guild branch. He was like a lost puppy, so I didn't have much choice other than to bring him along. I simply couldn't allow such an amusing and interesting show to go on without me. And may I ask who this fair lady is? Oh right, introductions. This is the Queen's Grandeur, Her Highness Princess Claudia. She's a friend of ours. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Thank you very much for coming to help me. Think nothing of it. I'm simply doing my duty as a bracer. And I scarcely consider myself a gentleman if I did not leap to the aid of a lovely lady of noble birth. The honor and pleasure at this meeting is entirely my own. Your Highness, are you well? Julia, Sieg, Sieg, that's the name of the bird. Scree! Scurry, scurry. Scree. Good, I'm happy to see you again. Thank goodness you're unharmed. I was so worried. I like how the poor child that was held hostage is sitting there on the side. This feeling is mutual. Probably still crying. Before long, the bracers involved in a diversion, and the Royal Guardsmen joined forces. After seeing to it that the rescued hostages could get some rest, Estelle and company gathered to assess their current situation. So yeah, we now have full control of this building. It looks like cool. Time to take back the country. Words cannot express my shame. If not for my ineptitude, none of this would have come to pass. I am so ashamed I could take my own life were it something to be permitted. Please do not say such things. I'm happy to see you alive and unharmed. Thank you for coming to save me. Your Highness. Not that I'm not moved by all this, but I have to ask. Why is Sieg still here? Scree? He is Her Highness's escort as well as a messenger for the Royal Guardsmen. After all, did he not deliver the letter to your hotel? Oh, that's right. That night, I did hear the flaps of his bird wings. I thought it might have been him. That must have also been how you learned of Her Majesty's request. Yes, I heard of it from Sieg. Her Majesty sent word through him from the royal keep. But the crest room in which Princess Claudia was held had no windows for Sieg to use. I was very worried when I was unable to make contact. You just about gave me a heart attack though when you sent that message to us. Sieg, that was just plain mean of you to leave that letter and not let us know it was you. Scree? He says he's sorry. It's okay. By the way, have all the special ops troops been dealt with? Almost all the soldiers in the villa have been restrained. However, there is quite a few left in Gransel Castle. Much of the Royal Army is under Intelligence Division control, even outside of Gransel. If we're not careful, we'd run the risk of them seizing control of this building and branding us all rebels. Whoa, didn't even thought about that. That's a good point. I think it would be best if we were to get Chloe to a safer location at the very least. Perhaps we could seek asylum at the Aerobonia or Republic embassies. Since they're considered foreign territory, it would make it very difficult for them to lay a hand on her. There's also a special ops ship that we see nearby. We could use that to allow her to flee the country for the time being. Chloe's just gonna go, yeah, no, guys, I'm fighting with you. Let's be honest. Come on, let's see this. We wouldn't solve the whole problem, but it would buy us some time to find a better solution at the very least. I agree. Regardless, we need to find some way to get her to safety. Everyone. I understand the difficulties of the current situation, but would it be possible to make an official request of the Bracers? The hostages have been rescued, so I think it'll be alright. Of course, it depends on what the contents of the request are. If so, I must ask you to do the impossible. Will you help in retaking the royal castle and rescuing Her Majesty? Your Highness. I see, that's right. This time we have to help the Queen. To be honest, I consider the question to be ridiculous because the answer is obvious. But Your Highness, this is no small thing you're asking for. Quite right. There's no chance that a frontal assault would work even with the capabilities everywhere when there's gotta be another sewer tunnel, isn't there? I think that captured special ops ship has potential, but we're going to need some kind of seriously clever trick. I have an idea. If everyone will please look at this. Very old looking map. Ooh, is this the map to the sewers? What's this map of? It's an ancient diagram of the sewers below Gransel. One of the things it lays out is a path that leads to this castle cellar. What's the meaning of this? How can we have lost contact with the Herb Royal Villa? Most likely it has fallen to an external force, either the guardsmen or the bracers. Those interfering little... Were you not in command of the division's second lieutenant? It is a pity. What's done is done. Obsessing over it will accomplish nothing. Dang it. Congestion built up a second bit there. And after this, I think I need to go take a congestion medicine to clear that up. What's done is done. Obsessing. Yeah, okay. Furthermore, we must strengthen the castle's defenses to ensure that Her Majesty is not taken. I don't need you to tell me that. I want the castle gates sealed, not a soul to enter from here on out. What time is it? 10? Should need to worry about all the ones. God, I want to keep going, but like... I don't want to get trapped in a huge thing. Taking the castle... Well, I doubt taking the castle and the Queen is going to be the big thing. It's probably going to be the dungeon underneath. That's the big thing. Should need to worry about the ones that come... Yes, ma'am? Once that's done, scrape up troops from wherever you can find them anywhere in Liberal and send them to the villa. Before the final dungeon? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Well, here's the question. Do I want to do... I've done quite a little bit of streaming today. I could leave taking the castle and the final dungeon to... tomorrow. That's probably the best idea. Nicely done. Of course it was. I've served with this unit for some time, unlike you. Oh no, definitely not. Like, I need to get my voice to rest. The problem is tomorrow... Well, it shouldn't take me that long to do the yard work. All I have left to do is planting the plants and putting down the wood chips. So we can still probably get an early stream in. Like you. I swear, I will protect this castle while His Excellency is absent, no matter the cost. Good. I want you to drop dead. Okay. Here's how we're going to free Gransel Castle and the Queen. First, Joshua and the two others will infiltrate the Gransel sewers. You'll proceed to the Royal Guard room and open the castle gate. Got it. Time to light a few fireworks. Well, it doesn't seem appropriate for the beginning of the final act. As soon as the gates are open, the guardsmen and four of the racers will make their way to the castle by way of the streets. We will need to make a real spectacle to draw all of the guards together in one place. You're in good hands. Alright, been looking forward to this. And finally, Your Highness, are you certain I cannot get you to reconsider? I'm sorry, but I must be there to help my grandmother. Also, I know how to pilot an airship. Hope to be able to put that skill to good use. If I'd known that this would happen, I never would have taught you. It's okay, Lieutenant. We'll look after Chloe for you. I swear she'll be kept safe, or my nickname isn't the Silver Streak. I understand. Please do what you can. Once the men inside the castle have been concentrated into one area, Estelle and her team will set down in the garden terrace. Then they will break into the Queen's room and rescue her. Oh man, are we splitting Estelle and Joshua up? Roger. Both operations will begin at the stroke of noon bell. Everyone is to remain on alert until then. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Alright, you have your task. Get them dismissed. Yes, ma'am. Joshua, please be careful. Don't go taking any unnecessary risks. I'll be fine. And you try to be on your best behavior. Don't overestimate your own strength and make sure you watch Cher's back. I understand. What happens, remember our promise. We see each other again, safe and sound in Gransel Castle. Count on it. Joshua, there's no telling what kinds of creatures inhabit the sewers. Please take the utmost care. I know, and I will. And don't worry about Estelle. You've grown so much during this trip of yours. Not just in your skills and bracer qualifications, but in your hearts. Or so it seems to me. Shara. What does that mean? It's nothing. Save it for later. Even in times of crisis, you can always count on these two brats. Quite so. Now I think we'll be heading out. May we meet again, my lovelies. Ideas be with you. Joshua. Hey, Princess. Do you ever wonder if those two have some kind of destiny in store for them? Yes, the thought has crossed my mind. They always have a smile for each other. I have to admit, I'm even the tiniest bit envious. It looks like the regular soldiers have been replaced with special op guys. Enemy's probably gotten quite desperate since we liberated the villa. Security seems to be a lot tighter than normal. Perhaps I can loosen them up with the dulcet tones of my lute. You do anything conspicuous and that guy will be on you faster than you can say off key. Mueller, wasn't it? Yes, it was. You two should must rather not go near the Aerobonia embassy. It could be quite dangerous. Yes, quite perilous indeed. Well, neither of us has time to drop by there. The preparations are complete. We have to get inside the sewers. Alright. Oh, first off, let's get a save down. It's 10:13. It'll probably take another hour and a half to do this. Yeah, I should probably end it off for the night. pick this up tomorrow and see if we can finish off the game. Even have to split into 2 sessions again like today. But yeah, I guess I'll do it like that. So, I guess I will have to wish the rest of you adieu. Tomorrow I'm definitely going to be doing some yard work, but it shouldn't take too long, so it'll probably be around 2 p.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. At the latest, try to shoot for around 1:30. So there's a lot of plants to put in the ground and spread. But yeah, I'll try to shoot from around then. But other than that, I guess I'll have to say goodbye. And thank you all for watching. See y'all next time.